Hey guys, what's going on? Stream 3 Pokemon here, and I'm bringing you a Wi-Fi battle. This is just an online battle spot free battle because um, there was maintenance on the internet connection and systems for ORAS and just the Pokemon Global Link. So I couldn't do rated battle, but I did just come up with this new team, and it's going to consist of Mega Tyranitar, Spiritomb, Sandslash, Ferrothorn, Togekiss, and Rotom Heat. And I've used this team a little bit now, and it seems to probably be at this point the best team I've composed on my own out of what I can do. And I'm really proud of it, and it does really well. And so in this situation, my opponent had a lot of counters, such as the Landorus, to my Sand lead, my Sand team-esque half of it. So I did not even bring it, never mind lead it. And so here, I'm gonna play the video for you. So, I'm going to lead off with my Spiritomb with the Rocky Helmet, I believe, and my Ferrothorn with the, I think it's the Oka Berry. And now I have that because of fire typing. It is really scary with Ferrothorn. He doesn't take it very well, so it reduces fire damage. So Rock Slide does not do that much. Earthquake comes in. So obviously this is a pretty good, my opponent has a pretty good little setup here where he's just getting hits off. But my Spiritomb is going to get that Will-O-Wisp buff, which is going to be pretty useful to me, because it's going to lower his attack. And I could just go for a Gyro Ball because I figured it might do some damage. Didn't do very much. But so I did notice that the Kangaskhan was not Mega, which was pretty surprising to me. I thought it was going to be Mega, but I think maybe it could have been. In the end, I think he was just preserving that Scrappy for my Spiritomb, because this is why he hits me with the return, and I was like, oh, that's a good move. Good job by him to preserve that, but he's going to take Rocky Helmet damage from that. And I'm also going to get my burn off on the Landorus as well, which is kind of making these two Pokemon a little less viable for him, even though the Intimidated Power Whip is not going to do much. So I was a little bit upset about that. He's going to take the burn damage, and I was pretty confident that my Sucker Punch would KO here. So I go for my Sucker Punch, and it does KO the Kangaskhan. So right now I'm in a pretty good position with the, I guess, the whole situation here. While we have a little break here, I get a Power Puff. I apologize for the cricket sounds. I have a lizard in my room, and it's my pet lizard, and we feed it crickets, so I kind of sleep through this, so it's kind of rough sometimes. But I apologize for that. So he's gonna get another Rock Tomb off, and now these are doing literally nothing. I'm just hoping for no flinch chances there, and I wanted to get another Will-O-Wisp off and just burn the whole team pretty much, but sadly I could not. And then the flinch comes through as well, so he's gonna KO my Spiritomb and get a flinch, which is kind of bad. Go for the Extreme Speed to KO the Landorus, and it does KO, which I was very happy about. Extreme Speed is not very expected. Oh, sorry. Extreme Speed is not very expected on him, so I love to use it just to catch my opponents off guard and get that final KO. So now I have Citrus Togekiss, and he takes that Ice Beam pretty well. I get my Power Whip off, and then in comes the Greninja. So we have a 3-on-2 situation here. He's gonna go for the Map Lock, which this move makes me really angry, even though it does not have priority. It just, I think it's a little overpowered in a sense that Greninja can get it, because Greninja is a really fast Pokemon, and you just can't attack through it. And I don't understand. I don't know if there's any counter to that, but I'm glad he doesn't go for it again. He goes for Scald. Ferrothorn eats that up because he's a wall. Draco comes in on the Togekiss. That's the only questionable play by my opponent in this battle here. So, super effective against Kingdra, I get a lot of damage off. Power Whip's gonna body the Greninja. Now I'm in a pretty favorable position, because I can do what I want here. Get the Extreme Speed off, and he does live. I kind of thought he would. Gets the Ice Beam off with the critical hit, because he did focus energy, so I guess I kind of expected something to come my way. Power Whip is going to go off, and it's going to pick up the KO on the Kingdra. And it's going to be a solid, I believe it's a 2-0. Yeah, because Rotom didn't even touch the floor. Now I kind of want to explain to you how I've been executing this set. So how it works is, well, Ferrothorn and Spiritomb I just recently realized is a very good lead just from this battle, because they do counter a lot of each other's weaknesses. So Spiritomb, being Dark and Ghost type, only has that Fairy weakness, which in case Ferrothorn can cover. Also, well, in this way, like, Ferrothorn, the fire weakness is still there, and I can't do much about that. But I can deal with that in the long run. But Spiritomb doesn't really counter that. But what Spiritomb does counter is if you can make sure that a fighting type Pokemon, Ferrothorn also has a weakness to fighting types. So a fighting type Pokemon that does not have accessibility to Guts, you can always Will-O-Wisp that, and maybe go for a Protect on Ferrothorn, just to like kind of neutralize it a bit and make it less useful for your opponent. Also, that Sand lead, I have Sand Veil on my Sandslash, and he doesn't get hit as much. The evasiveness rises, does a lot of damage. You can set up Swords Dance. If you want to see some of my sets, I did put that set up just a minute ago. Or, well, I mean, that's probably not going to be just a minute ago for you guys, but recently I put the set up for my Sandslash, and kind of talked about my Sand team a little bit in there. But I have a lot of cool sets in there as well that you guys could check out. So check my Instagram at dream.thief. That's dream.thief. And yeah, so this seems really good. Also, you can use the Rotom. Is actually very viable for a lot of reasons, because you can send him in, and it's almost like it's priority, because I run a Choice Scarf Rotom, running Overheat, Thunderbolt, Volt Switch, and Confuse Ray, just in case. Because if it comes down to you have 2 Pokemon left, and you get in there and you know you're not going to do like any damage, or even if it's just Ground type, you can just Confuse Ray. I actually did have a position where I had a Poison from my Sandslash, Poison Jab, a Burn Pokemon on the other side, because of my Spiritomb. I believe my Sandslash went down, I brought my Rotom in and confused them both, and it was just all that residual damage, and I had a Sandstorm up, and so this team works really well with damage, residual damage, and just a little chip away damage that maybe you're not even hitting them with. So it works really well in that sense. You can neutralize physical attackers as well with that. Spiritomb and physical attackers usually can't, or a lot of physical attackers in the metagame right now can't hit him, such as a Mega Kangaskhan, because of his Ghost and Dark typing. So, thanks for watching a lot. I'm enjoying the team. It's really good. So, if you want to get some more insight on this team, we could talk. You could comment, check out my Instagram, and I'll see you guys later.